In Jamaica, allegations of corruption have tainted the country's Firearm Licensing Authority, with the agency's chief executive officer saying he believes hundreds of gun permits were issued to people with known prior criminal activity.
I would say this to you and the Jamaican people this morning, that those cases, proper background checks were conducted, and all I can conclude is that corruption was a part of the process of them getting those licenses. In one case, I'd like to say to you, there's a gentleman who was convicted in Mandible for illegal possession of firearms, and he was sentenced 2 years imprisonment or 400,000. And about a year after that, the board gave him, in 2015, a licensed firearm. The board stated that because the judge gave him 2 years, they believe the judge was doubtful of his guilt.
FLA CEO Shane Dalling says this kind of decision was beyond the remit of the licensing authority.
It would have been outside the scope because the law does prohibit certain persons from being granted a firearm license. What the law does not do is impose a sanction if it should be done. Well, it was shocking to me because conviction is a conviction. Mm-hmm. A person is convicted after the person has gone through a proper process. And in this particular case, the person had actually pleaded guilty.
This example is just one of over 100 issued between 2012 and 2015 that are now being investigated for potential breaches. Several of those licenses are alleged to have been granted to people with prior criminal convictions. The furor over licenses spilled into the courts after people whose permits were revoked after a review began in 2017 decided to sue the authority. Those who lost their cases are now on the hook for millions of dollars in local currency, and the FLA says it intends to pursue them to recover money expended on legal fees.